Okay. In today's live, I'll be making a lovely rose-filled Mother's Day card using my rose bouquet stamp set from Stupendous and my Derwent watercolor pencils. Whether you're joining me here live or on the replay, 1,000 thank yous for spending your time with me. Let's get started. I will be using my rose bouquet stamp set. These three in particular. This is from Stupendous. It's an older stamp set. I think it's 2015, but I've had it for a long time, and I thought I'd use it to make a Mother's Day card. And my watercolor pencils. These are Derwent. If you can tell the difference here, these with the little blue band, these are ink tints, which means they're a combination of ink and watercolor. And these are, this is ink tints, and then this is just the watercolor. They're all from Derwent. And my Spectrum Noir sparkle pen, clear, and then the water. I have a little paper towel here to clean it off between. I will be stamping in soft brown for the roses and gray. I have some masks ready, but I will go ahead and stamp this one and make a new mask. This is masking paper from Inkadinkadoo. It comes like this, several sheets. And here are the components of my card. This is the A2, and that did get a little mess on there. Hopefully that won't be noticeable. Once we get done, I'm going to stamp the inside first and then construct the front of the card. This is pattern paper from Stampin' Up. I don't remember the name of it, but it's so pretty, and I only have one piece of this left. And then I embossed this piece with my embossing folder. Very pretty rose pattern. I will be cutting this down a little bit. And my watercolor, this is Canson XL watercolor paper that I will be stamping on to use my watercolor pencils. Okay, so let's move this out of the way. And I'm going to go ahead, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and make a mask to show you this one. And I'm hoping the other ones will work. They're sticky enough to do what I need them to do. So we're going to stamp this in soft brown. Oh, that didn't stamp very well, did it? Okay. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to cut this out. It's got blue on the back. I had one like this, but then I cut a piece off of it, so it's not going to work. So I have to make another one. But if you're not familiar with masking technique, I wanted to show you. Yes, I need it to be as close as possible because I'll be using another rose too. This is called fussy cutting. And we do that sometimes if we don't have a die cut for a particular image. I'm sorry, if we don't have a die for a particular image. Okay. Let me get out my watercolor paper. We're going to stamp the roses first and then mask them. So let me see if this is the hardest part, to get the paper off. Yeah. There we go. Got it. All right. So you get rid of the blue part. So we have this ready to go. Let's just stick it right over there and stamp. Okay. I'm going to use the brown to stamp. Try to make it as much no line as possible. Make sure I get a good image. Okay, that'll work. Now I'm going to cover it with my mask. If I don't tear it. Okay, now it's a little bit sticky, so I can like put it on my shirt and kind of get some of the tacky off, because I don't want it to destroy my paper. Okay, so we're going to cover that and we're going to stamp the next rose. So I'm going to use brown for this also. So let's take that one off. Then when I take the mask off after I stamp, you're going to see that the bigger rose looks like it's behind the first rose. Well, okay. That figures. I'm going to have to put some sticky on here. Okay, so let's start over. Okay. Okay. Oops, it tore off, didn't it? How did it do that? I still have this one, so I'll use it. Okay. Almost. I shouldn't have cut that off, huh? Now it's going to be harder to peel. Okay, let's just do that. Let's kind of hold it on there. All right. Now let's stamp this one. I had to use some temporary adhesive to make sure it didn't fall like that last one. Okay, now when you take this off, it's going to look like it's behind. See? All right, awesome. Now we are going to cover both. I only need to cover the bottom of this one, so the cutoff piece doesn't matter. And same here. Okay, just the bottom. Now I'm going to do the vase in gray. Okay. Now again, because I masked the roses, the vase is going to be, vase, it's going to be behind. I hope I didn't mess that up. Let's see. Okay. Now we're going to unmask and we'll see the effect. And there we go. Isn't that pretty? Now we're going to watercolor. I probably could have stamped off that gray, but we'll see. Okay, for my bigger rose, I want to do reds. So this is my ink tint, and it's a little bit darker. So I'm going to shade with this one. Now I'm sure everybody does this different. I haven't used these for a while, but I'm just adding some light. This is Geranium Lake, Derwent watercolor pencils. I got them from Dick Blick. I think I got my very first set of Inktense from Amazon, but then I was adding to my stash from Dick Blick. Okay, let's go ahead and color in everything first. Now I'm using my Inktense Beach Green for the leaves on this one. And yeah. I'm just going to spread the color here. Okay, and I'm going to do kind of a pinky purple on the little rose. This is the darker. This is Inktense Fuchsia, and this is Inktense Deep Rose. The fuchsia will be darker. I made some Mother's Day cards for my May 2023 Shootlet of Cards sketch series. You only have 10 minutes. It's not my sketch, it's Alicia's sketch, but the series is that I do is you only have 10 minutes. Showing you in 10-minute segments how I got the cards done. Okay. So then we're just going to lightly color. And then we'll be done with the roses and we'll start on the vase. Okay, we need to do the stems, of course. So let's work on that. Do I have brown? I thought I had a brown, but I guess not. So let's go ahead and make these green, just like. And again, we can spread that out because I am laying down a deeper color. Okay. So now let's do the water. The darker of the two. I've got sky blue and oriental blue. So oriental blue is going to be darker. Going to bring that over here. Let's bring my camera down just a little bit. There we go. And we're going to bring that across. I'm also going to use my sky blue. Okay, so we're done coloring. Now I'm going to add water. Let's get it primed. Let's start on stems. It's kind of a two-way street with watercolor. Its unpredictability can be good and bad. It's a beautiful medium. Okay, so there is, and because my leaves are green, I'm going to go ahead and do those. It's probably a little bit lighter than I wanted, I think, because it's not really covering up the brown. So there's the green. Okay, we're going to let that dry before we go back in and do the water. So let's do the roses. Beautiful reddish crimson color here for the bigger one. Beautiful. I do have a little short video where I showed the watercoloring. Don't know if you've had a chance to see that, but same thing here. Now let's wipe off that color and then go to our fuchsia rose. Our little fuchsia rose. Beautiful. Okay. All right, there's the rose. Now we're going to go back and pull out this color. It's going to mix a little bit with the green from the stems, but that's okay. Indication of water here in the vase. And then I'll show you how I'm going to use my glitter pen. Yeah, see, there's a little bit of green in there. Okay. All right, so there's that. Now, where's my glitter pen? Right here. And I'm going to glitterize the top and the bottom of the vase. I'm just going to pull in a little bit of that gray maybe to give it an appearance of glass. I'm not an expert by any means. All right. So there is our piece. Now, I'm going to start. This is the fussy cutting. And I do cut them right to the edge. I mean, either or. Let me go ahead and do this. It'll be easier. But I just happen to have one that I did earlier. So we're going to use this one. So we'll save this for a second card later. Okay. So let's go ahead and put dimensionals on the back of this. These are from Stampin' Up. These are mini dimensionals. I didn't have any of the larger ones. The numbers on the back are when I was trying to make a bigger piece out of it, and it didn't work out. Okay. All right. So we'll put that aside for now. And we'll get out our pieces to make the card. All right. So let's stamp the inside of the card first. I'll be using Watermelon Wonder. This is the set I got on Amazon, but the name of it is Arietti Mother's Day. And this simply says Mother's Day with a beautiful little vine coming out at the top and the bottom of the words. There we go. I'm going to cut this down, let this dry a little bit. I'm going to cut this down to 5 1/4 by 4. Luckily, it's non-directional. And then because I made this 5 1/4 by 4 originally, but I wanted to show a little piece of the paper like so. So I'm going to cut this down. Probably 4 3/4 by, let's see. That's 5 by 3 3/4. I'm going to do 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. That way you can see more of the beautiful rose pattern paper. Okay. Let's go ahead and put the papers together. Like so. And where is my other? Yes. I have a little piece here that says from the heart. I just got from my cousin, went garage sailing and found a bunch of stamps, and she sent them to me. So I'm going to be, let's see, where's my piece of, I had a piece of cardstock that I was going to, yeah, let's just use this piece of cardstock here. Cut this, tear that off. I'm going to be using my punch. This will be the outside sentiment from the heart. Okay. This is my punch from Stampin' Up. Right in the center there. Okay. Let's go ahead and put this on here. Mother's Day. Make sure I have it right sided up. My mother has passed away, so this will be going to another special mother. I'm just going to go ahead and put this flat down because the rose is already on dimensionals. And it's going to go like so. All right. Again, I have used the stamp set called Rose Bouquet. It's from Stupendous. And I used a masking technique to create this beautiful rose and vase set. Let's put that right there. Oops. Yep. Piece of release paper got stuck. I'm going to use, if I can find them, I'm going to use a couple of enamel dots. This color right here. Hopefully they'll stick this time. There. And there is our beautiful Rose Bouquet card from the heart. Happy Mother's Day. Oh, it doesn't say Happy Mother's Day. It just says Mother's Day. Thank you so much for joining me.